got a standard truck there.
Hey all, Johnny Mullet here with another video. Today we're going to do yet another CB radio video. On my last base station video, I wanted to share with you that I also upgraded the CB radio in the Geo Metro. And what I got is a very small, tiny, itty bitty radio. And it's pretty sweet. It's actually an export. It's the brand name is Anysecu, ANYSECU Smart CB-40 is the name of the radio, and it has a 4 and 8 watt rating, and it's a 40 channel 10 meter 11 meter rig. Now when they export these things to the United States, the 11 meter band is disabled for CB, so basically you end up with just a 10 meter radio. But there's a little modification you can do inside the case with a little bit of a soldering gun, and there's a little solder connection that you either connect or remove. I think it's remove, and it opens up the 11 meter band on the radio, which is pretty cool. So I have a 10 and 11 meter radio in my car, and I think we ought to go check it out. So let's go check out the Anysecu. If you notice on the back of the car, I got of course, my normal geometroforum.com and got MPG and my little Johnny Mullet decal. You can get one of those, by the way. You just gotta look me up. And I also got this CB-19. This lets other people know that I have a CB radio, and I am on channel 19, Monarch Train, and waiting for a comeback. So let's go on inside the car and check out this little tiny itty bitty radio. Yes, this is a 96 Geo Metro, and I do keep it clean for the most part. So here we are. Look how small that thing is. This thing literally fit in the ashtray port. So in order to make it fit, I basically pulled this bezel off, and then I took the ashtray part and removed it, and then this radio literally slid right in there. And I have a piece of rubber hose underneath. See if we can see it. There you go. And that wedges it in there nice and tight and keeps it all cool. So there is this little tiny radio. I have a couple little minor complaints with it. So real quick, let's turn the ignition on. And we'll shut that off. And let's go ahead and turn the radio on. So I have an external speaker up here, and it really helps. It comes in handy whenever you're driving and you got the radio on and you want to hear what's going on. But real quick, let's go ahead and turn that down. So this little itty bitty tiny radio, what I love about it is the thing's got a 4 watt and an 8 watt setting. I think that's what makes it technically not legal in the United States, because you're limited to 4 watts on CB band. So I have 2 complaints. The number 1 complaint is the bright blue LED. It's hard to tell with the daylight, but man, at nighttime that thing is bright, and it actually blinds you a little bit. So that does kind of suck. And the other thing I don't like about it is the squelch setting. Instead of having a knob where you can just reach down and turn your squelch, you got the squelch button here. And then you use your up and down to change the squelch settings. So that's kind of a pain in the butt if you're driving around, you know, and you want to turn the squelch up a little bit. I don't got time to really push a button and then push more buttons, but the little microphone does have channel up and down on it. So while you're cruising around, you can go ahead and change through the channels. And what else is cool about this radio, it has an AM and FM mode. So if you see it's in right next to the 19, it's an AM mode. If I push this button here, that puts me in FM mode. So the FCC is releasing FM mode for the United States for CB radio band, which is pretty awesome. So I do have both modes. I like that. And another thing is if I hold this, there goes the scan function. So channel 19, if the squelch was high enough, it probably isn't, because it's picking up noise. But let me find another quiet channel. There it goes. It's starting to scan. Of course, it picked up some noise and stopped. But yes, this thing will scan through all 40 channels. No problem. There she goes, scanning again. So I do like the scan feature. I like the AM/FM mode. It really makes it nice. So it's pretty cool. It's a great little radio. There's no skip or anything coming in right now, so it's kind of quiet. When you key up, the green light goes out and the red light comes on, as you can see there. So that's transmit mode, and that's receive mode. It also has the emergency channel 9 and 19, and then back to your regular mode. There's a bunch of other features on here that you can change bands, you can change your power setting. I don't have a whole lot of time to go through all that, but the power output and the sound of this radio, I normally leave it on 4-watt mode, because it gets really, really hot when you're talking for a long time and you're on 8 watts of power. The case is aluminum. The entire case of this CB radio is a heatsink. So that is pretty awesome. So this radio really gets out, and I'm not lying to you, this radio out-talks every radio I got. Every time I get a radio check or a break, or I talk to somebody I know, they say that this radio sounds awesome. And that's on the 4-watt setting. I haven't tried the 8-watt setting, but maybe I will here in the near future. So there is your Anysecu CB-40, Smart 40 channel CB radio. I think they're also sold under the Anytone name. And I think for the UK market, they have another name for it. But yeah, you can look these up online. These are cool little radios. They're under $100. I think they were around $60 at the time of purchase. But yeah, these are awesome little radios. If you get one, if you can look on YouTube and search how to open up the 11-meter band, a little bit of time with a soldering gun, and you are good to go. You are absolutely good to go. What an awesome little radio. And I did modify the microphone clip. This used to have a hook, just a little eyelet that come up, and you could hang it, but I didn't like it swinging around. So I actually took this and screwed it in, this piece right here, from an old microphone I had. So that makes it nice and tight inside my hanger, and it's good to go. So she don't swing around, move around, and it's comfortable driving. Everything's all good to go. So yeah, what an awesome little radio. Definitely check them out on YouTube. You will find that everybody who has them really thinks these are awesome little sets. So, and real quick, the antenna I'm using on that mobile is just a truck stop. I think it's a Road King. It's a $30 antenna, and I tuned it in with the SWR meter. It works great. On my last video, I talked to you about my buddy Dave, who lives 10 miles away, and I left his home last week, and we talked on channel 19 AM mode all the way to my house, and that's 10 miles. Now, for a mobile to reach a base station 10 miles, that's really, really good. I'm thinking the range is a lot smaller if you mobile to mobile, but that radio gets out really good. So I'm thinking on my next video, I've had this help radio in the trunk of my wife's car, and if there's ever an emergency and there's no self-service or something, she has a backup plan. She don't want an antenna on her car. I get it. She don't want a radio mounted in her car, even a tiny little one like I got. I get it. So I don't even know if this thing works. So this is one of them flea market finds. It's a little help radio. It's got this little thing there. Yep, all that good shit. Check that lady out. She's like, oh my God, help. But anyway, we're going to do, when I go to work, I'm not far from the interstate. So my next video, I'll go ahead and slap this baby on the roof and plug it in the cigarette lighter, and we'll see if it works. It'd be nice to know. Why carry it around if it don't, you know? So let me show you one more thing. This is not another base station video because I already went there. But let me show you what I did real quick. So in my last base station upgrade video, I told you all about the evolution of my base station radios. Yep, here we go again. This is maybe a temporary setup. I'm going to check the performance out on it tonight. This is an old Craig single sideband transceiver 40 channel radio with a clock and alarm, and it's a nice rig for 1977. It's in beautiful condition. I really like this radio. The reason it's here is because I'm going to get that Washington fixed with the lower sideband not working. I really wanted a sideband rig, and without sideband on the lower not working, I got an AM radio. Nobody's on upper sideband unless you hit the extra channels, and they're mostly in Spanish. So this one here is a sideband radio. It has a mode switch, so we can go to lower sideband, AM, upper sideband, and PA. So pretty cool. This is a nice radio. I really like the looks of it, but this video is not about the base station. This is about the car. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Just wanted to share with you that I upgraded the radio in the Geo Metro. It's an awesome little rig. And yeah, until the next time, we'll see you. You guys all be safe. 73s, 515 in the Buckeye, the Mullet Man standing by.
It's amazing how things have changed since cell phones.
Yeah, you got that right. CB Radio, the original social network.